I have decided to base my project on the impact sound and frequency can have on our mind and bodies. My proposed research question is, does sound therapy have a proven impact on physical and mental health, and what mechanisms drive its effectiveness? I will take a deep dive into the supposed healing properties of sound baths, as well as the historical and cultural context surrounding the practice, considering in particular the role of Gauntlet's identity theory and the validation that comes from these kinds of cultural practices as a way to feel part of a community. From undertaking this project, I intend to learn whether or not there are any scientific foundations for sound therapy as a healing mechanism, as well as the historical and cultural significance of the practice. I also intend to consider the potential of the placebo effect coming into play, and what this might mean for individuals who have claimed physical release from pains following sound bath sessions. I will be portraying my findings in expository documentary style. This mode addresses the viewer directly with titles or voices that propose a perspective, advance an argument, or recount history, often accompanied with a voice of God style of narration, which means the narrator is never seen. There are numerous sound bath experiences to be had in Bristol. I will conduct interviews with the organisers and a few of my friends to explore the short and long-term benefits, if there are any, in attending these ceremonies. There are several sound bath ceremonies being held in the month of November this year, so I'll get into contact with these organisers and hopefully arrange these interviews in order to get the ball rolling with filming for the project. Some attendees have claimed that their aches and pains they have been dealing with for an extended period of time simply vanished after a session at sound bath, as well as easing menstrual pains, lowering blood pressure, and much more. Whilst this is incredible if true, is there the science to support these claims, or are they placebo effects? If the results are merely placebo, does this discredit the practice of sound therapy, or raise a question of the power of intention? Orner describes sound baths as a deeply immersive, full-body listening experience that intentionally uses sound to invite therapeutic and restorative effects to the mind and body. In her book, she describes being moved to tears after just 20 minutes of her sound bath session, and a feeling of intense release of pent-up emotion she didn't realise she was harbouring. This being said, despite numerous studies being conducted throughout the past century into the effects of sound on various psychological responses, reviews of the investigations have demonstrated that little has been established regarding this phenomena. Hodges discovered that research findings are inconsistent in this area, and although music does appear to influence physiological responses, the data does not show clear enough support for the nature of this influence. There are 4 categories of brain waves, which range from frequencies that occur during the most activity, beta, to the least activity, delta. Different state of alertness and consciousness in the brain generate different brainwave frequencies. These are beta brainwaves, which are the fastest brainwave and occur when the brain is engaged and active. Alpha waves occur when a person is in a state of non-arousal, such as when they have just completed a task or during meditation. Theta brainwaves are associated with daydreaming and rapid eye movement, or REM sleep. Theta brainwaves occur when you are in a state like driving on the motorway or running for a long time. This kind of state is often associated with the time when ideas and creativity flow. Delta brainwaves are the slowest brainwave and are associated with deep, dreamless sleep. Instruments used at sound baths and sound healing ceremonies, such as singing bowls, tuning forks, and gongs, are said to stimulate certain brainwaves depending on their corresponding frequency, and essentially take the subject on a journey through different altered states of consciousness, allowing them to truly relax and even alter their thought patterns. Alongside my expository documentary, I will include a separate sound piece through headphones that can be interacted with at the Degree show. This sound piece will emulate binaural beats videos which can be found online, with the intention of bringing the user into a deep state of relaxation and encouraging a lasting sense of calm afterwards. My project will seek to uncover whether or not something as simple as sound can really alter our mental states, and if so, why have we as Western society overlooked this for so long? Could it be our aversion to spirituality is hindering us from progressing as a society? I already have a potential interview lined up with the organiser of UK-based wellness retreats, and sound therapy comes as part of this, so I'm looking forward to gaining some expert knowledge on the topic from a physical source. In terms of equipment I will require to undertake this project, I will be using the Canon 400D with a wide-angle lens for the shots in which I'll need to capture larger spaces, such as the inside of the sound bath hall, though I will be layering more close-up shots throughout the project to provide more aesthetic visuals. I will also need to use a voice recorder to ensure crisp audio quality for the voiceover and to minimise any unwanted background noise there might be when filming. Having isolated audio will allow me to layer binaural beats and singing bowl harmonies softly into the background of my project's audio, encouraging a relaxing and engaging response to the project. My weekly schedule will look something like, on Mondays, drawing up parts of my storyboard and start considering how the project will begin to take shape. Tuesday will be the in-class reviews. Wednesday, I'll research into theory as well as media research by looking at similar documentaries and video pieces. Thursdays and Fridays, I'll try and film where and when possible, mainly weather dependent or if there is a sound bath on that day. And then Saturday and Sunday I will take to rest. And here is my bibliography. Thank you.